Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we unravel corporate secrets. Today we're diving into a filing that promises high seas adventures and deep discounts, which, well, are quite the opposite. We are here to decode 10 League International Holdings Limited, a company navigating the choppy waters of heavy equipment and engineering solutions. This isn't your typical financial deep dive, this is a post-effective amendment, meaning they're tweaking something after the initial filing. In this case, it's just an exhibit update, so most of the original registration statement remains the same. But don't worry, there's still some value here, and we have a Discord channel in the description. Feel free to join. 10 League International Holdings Limited, our headliner for the analysis, is incorporated in the Cayman Islands, but its main operations are through its subsidiaries in Singapore. Now for specifics, let's see what all the legal folks are doing. We have amendments, power of attorneys. Let's gloss over those legal technicalities of directors and officers. The important thing to note is they are protected with agreements. It's corporate housekeeping. What's interesting is an explanatory note telling more about what the heck is going on and why this filing is being done. They are refiling to simply update an exhibit to the document. That's about it, so not much juicy details coming forward in this amendment. The main useful part of this filing is the audited consolidated financial statements. Okay, now let's fast forward to what we care about from these guys, the numbers. Starting with the balance sheet, which shows a company's assets, liabilities, and equity, kind of like a financial snapshot. Accounts receivable, which is money owed to 10 League by its customers, went from about 21.7 million Singapore dollars in 2023 to 16.3 million in 2024. In simpler terms, there was a drop of about 25% in money owed to the company at the end of 2024 compared to the year before. Not good news, but a drop in almost 25% may not be such a big drama. Inventories more than doubled, rising from about 8.4 million Singapore dollars to 18.6 million. A positive sign to be noted for the company, showing more equipment to sale and rent. Plant and equipment, which includes things like machinery and buildings, nudge up from 27.8 million Singapore dollars to 30.2 million. So investing and expanding. It's a green signal, and there is development expansion in the operations side. Accounts payable, which is the money it owes to its suppliers, is going down from 12.70 mil to 12.1 mil, showing better accounting management. Now, short-term borrowings are jumping. They went from 17.1 million Singapore dollars to 23.3 million. It went up quite a lot and has to be a point to note for future if the company is accumulating debt very fast, given they have very thin margins when we looked at the accounts receivable numbers. Total liabilities are rising quite a bit. What it means essentially is that how much the company owes to others has increased relative to its assets, or what it owns and controls. Total liabilities increased from 61.4 million Singapore dollars to 64.8 million. Finally, we can note that stockholders' equity, which is how much company value belongs to its shareholders, did go up slightly to 6.2 million. Overall, nothing major and no red flags for the balance sheet. The main thing would be the jumping short-term borrowings. Okay, next let's hit the income statement that shows the company's profit or loss over a period. This is like the company's report card. Revenue, which is the total income, slipped from 72.8 million Singapore dollars to 58.5 million. That's almost a 20% drop in sales, a clear sign the business is slowing down, a red flag to note. The gross profit, or the profit after deducting the cost of goods sold, decreases even more alarmingly at 30% from 15.8 million Singapore dollars to 10.7 million. You have a huge impact in this part of the chain. Looking into the operations costs, selling and distribution expenses also decreased. It seems they are slowing down things across all vertical, from revenue down to operations, since they probably expected worse numbers. Operating income is very bad. It dropped a lot from 8.32 million to 2.8 million, a whopping 60%. This means that the company operations are performing way worse than last year. This should be an important note to be concerned for every investor and shareholder, and has to be checked in the future. Interest expenses are almost the same. So with everything we just went through, it's no surprise net income or the final profit took a beating, falling from 7.8 million Singapore dollars to just 1.88 million. Singapore dollars to just 1.88 million. Singapore dollars to just 1.88 million. It means that business has slowed down, and the numbers are quite alarming for a regular operation company. Earning per share drop is also alarming, since we see our numbers becoming alarmingly red. It's at 0.05. Comparing the numbers for 2023 and 2024, net income nearly halved. Net cash flow from operations turns from negative S$5.8 million to positive million. It's positive S5 million, meaning they were burning cash and are now generating some. Purchase of equipment declined a little bit. For proceeds for bank borrowings, it's nearly identical numbers for both years. XT, that was a lot of numbers. In short, net cash, which used to take a lot from operations activities, is now positive. Looking at the exhibit index, we don't see anything that catches our eye. We can just check what some of those are for compliance reasons. Now, summing all this up, these folks are having some rough times. It might be rough seas, as we joked initially, but there is also a hint of good, since with less margin, the management has also reduced expenses and has turned cash positive, meaning they were burning operations and are now more or less doing okay. This is probably caused simply by economical turmoils around the world rather than bad practices. The massive income drop is alarming because that is a huge warning flag for the company. These guys have good numbers from previous years, even though they had big accounts receivable, and they are paying that attention to if numbers turn bad at the rate they're turning right now. The equity could get wiped out quite fast. All that being said, a lot of business is cyclical. Their expansion and operations may have a hit due to the economic climate. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this interesting, be sure to press like and hit subscribe, and to join your corporate decoders in the Discord channel that's available in the description. That's all for today. See you in the next one.